So, welcome to the next episode of the Poppers Road Trip. I am here with Mr. Lieran Lai.
What's up, bro?
All good, man. Thank you for being a part of this project.
Thank you for coming, bro.
Appreciate it. So, tell the people a little bit about yourself, your background, how you all started in the popping scene.
My name is Kieran. I'm 27 years old. I'm currently living in Southend on Sea. I started popping when I was about 12. I was like, I watched this Korean popper called Hyun Jun. He was like dancing in a club. He was doing a robot, and I was like, I want to do that. I really wanted to do it because at the time I kind of wanted to be cool.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
If I'm really honest, I wanted to be cool, and then when I saw this dude like popping in the club, I was like, okay. Yeah. If I can try and do that, I would be deemed as cool.
Yeah, man.
So then I learned like waving, tutting, popping from whatever I could on like YouTube videos. And back then it was before like Steezy and all of these online platforms.
Yeah.
So it was like shifting from being a YouTube dancer to then joining a dance crew, which was Kazar at the time.
Yes.
And then with Kazar, I just expanded in terms of the styles. But I did get to train with like Renegade, be in his kitchen for a bit. Sick. Really, I think, solidified so many like key parts of like popping for me. And although I do a lot of like all styles, I do have like popping roots with the, animation and all of the sub styles. So yeah, I feel like that's the long-winded version.
That's good, man. As much detail as possible. We love it. So is there much of a dance scene in Southend, or is it more you're having to travel into London to get this to happen?
Bro, do you see any Southend dancers coming into London like that?
That's the thing. I don't know if they just don't want to travel, or they're
just always by the seaside having fish and chips.
Yeah, exactly, bro. It's dope to see like where everyone is in the country, and I know obviously having a scene where you've got to travel a little bit isn't ideal. Like me and you both know that. Are you bringing people to Southend to come train with you, or is it more you have to go to London to meet them? Or
I think yes, in terms of like developing the relationships and the networks and stuff, yes, you have to be in London. But then I've been able to definitely bring friends around to train, not necessarily like poppers, but I want to use this house, for example, this apartment, in Southend as just like a base for creativity, for collaboration.
Sick.
I mean, being in, for example, Kev's kitchen and seeing the amount of magic that he could create in such a small space, I just want to apply it to Southend in a way, I know it's a bit far, but please come through. Like, people are welcome to explore, train, and hopefully we'll make something as well today.
Yes, fingers crossed, man, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your OG, the person who taught you and helped kind of develop your style a bit more.
Okay. So the very first person that taught me a popping like one-on-one.
Were we talking like Brooke or Marvel kind of?
Oh, I wish.
Yeah.
I wish. No, it's actually mechanical.
Oh, was it?
He was my very first, like, I remember him coming all the way to Basildon, and we was like in some secondary school. We had like this carpeted room, and you know how it is dancing on carpet. And then I've had like various popping influences. I've taken workshops from Brooke, definitely. And I think it was when I started to go into the tutting space that I really found a lot of growth and personal development. Like, when I was dancing with like Two-Face from Germany, he really opened up my like his brain of how these shapes. Like, you have two hands, right? But then he's able to create so many combos. That I was very invested into the illusionary aspect.
Cool.
But yeah, prior to that, I had like some training from Kev, like so many drills, and also being in that kind of environment at a young age was like, I didn't feel like I was on that kind of level, but obviously I was hungry for it, and I still wanted to grow in that. I just trained by myself. the irony is I don't really train with many poppers, but I love watching poppers who can go in and out of different spaces.
Right. Okay.
That sounds a bit vague, but it's like they're able to just be themselves. Like Slim Boogie for me is a real dope example. MT Pop.
Yeah, man.
Just the amount, and Jordan. You know Jordan? Jordan. He's LA based. He mixes like light feet actually with his popping.
Oh yes.
Yeah. I really love watching the poppers that push for freedom, but then I also love the technical side as well. Like I do love a Hoan, I do love Dokyeon.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love watching poppers that pop to, I don't know, music nowadays, because it feels current. It's the music that we're listening to as well. So sick. If they're able to get down to, you know, I don't know, certain trap songs or whatever, like it's something I'm interested in, you know.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
So,
that's so dope. Cool. So you mentioned obviously like this space is going to be open to collaboration and people coming through. Did you want to see more of a scene in Southend, or do you think it's more just kind of get the people to move, like to travel into London for this, where you're that close?
Yeah.
Do you think it's just a bit more worth moving in, or would you like to develop this scene a little bit more?
I think there's a lot of dance schools around, you know, like you've got Wiggles, you've got other dance schools that are probably in Basildon as well. That's not too far.
Yeah.
And I think it's possible. Like I've seen it happen, for example, when I was in Kaiser, like we was Essex.
Yeah,
How are you able to bring Criminals crew all the way from France to a place in Basildon? Like, come on, where chavs are.
Yeah.
Let's be real. You know? I know it's changed, not to disrespect Basildon like that, but you know, it's changed a lot. And I think nowadays the generation isn't as hungry. You know, to an extent, just because of what they've been exposed. I mean, it's very different to when we was like coming up.
Yeah.
I think the access to information is so much easier, but the essence is not the same, because let's say we really had to go to workshops or travel to gain that essence and knowledge.
For real.
But then people are able to gain this knowledge through the internet, but not necessarily travel to those events and gain the essence. So it would be really nice to bring, let's say, that vibe to Southend on the scene and really grow, because there's such a booming like new gen, you know, of dancers, whether they got inspired through TikTok or social media.
Yeah, man.
But at the same time, I think it's quite, I don't see enough spaces that also allow for people to collaborate more often.
Okay.
Like I'm really taking influences from the elders that I've spoken to who have led their own crews, for example, and how they build up a lifestyle, you know, around, it's kind of in a way a bit inspired by, you know, movement lifestyle, like Sean Everuso, like everybody that moves, it's a lifestyle. And I feel like there is space for that kind of creativity here as well. You know, if it's happening in America, then surely like we should have one as well.
Yeah, for real.
Similar to like a British Asian community, but I think that's still being developed, for example. But yeah, bringing friends here, like I've got, you know, a few students that maybe come into the space, and when they dance with my friends from London, it is a completely different vibe, and it's an adjustment, you know. And it's funny to see that as well happening right in front of your eyes, because just as if we used to enter a circle and like, oh, okay, we're influenced by everybody's energy, and you know, if there's like a really good dancer, you're like, oh, I might have to step up a bit, or even knowing how to hold yourself in a circle is like, I think, such a key skill of, you know, am I confident? Am I settled with my individuality? You know, can I deliver in this kind of space and timing? Am I in the right headspace? You know, so many things happen when you're just in a circle,
for real,
and even more when you're in a battle, because like your adrenaline goes high, and basically seeing like my friends, especially the ones from London, all like coming together is for me what I would like to happen more of.
Sick, man.
You know?
Yeah, I feel that. That's dope. thank you once again for being involved in this, man. It's been dope to be in Southend and to be here with you. So it's dope. We'll have to do some more stuff in the future.
Yeah, man. It's nice to have you here, and yeah, we'll definitely get like a Titan combo or something in, right?
Yes,
yeah. We'll get something in. Like you're here.
We'll get something done.
Man traveled like 2.5 hours, so I'm not trying to kick him out straight away.
No. Let the people know where they're gonna see you next, or where to see a lot of your work.
I'm very much active on my socials, like on TikTok and Instagram. And I'm gonna definitely be just creating more with my friends and with the people around me, and build up that community basically. So that's why I'm on.
Dope. We love that. We'll see you guys soon.
Sweet. I had like this awkward there's nothing. Oh nope. Okay, bye guys.